Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday, and thanks for joining us on this WLBT Plus digital news update for Wednesday, October 29th. And I had to think about that for a second because I just can't believe that we're already almost to the end of October at this point with Halloween just a few days away on Friday. Hope you're doing well. It's very cool today, overcast. It's one of those days that you probably just wish that you were at home just curled up watching TV. I kind of do too. I think we all kind of do, especially when it's raining. But anytime it's overcast and cool, it just lends itself to, you just want to be home and just relaxing for a change. I got a couple of people saying hi to us today. Sheikah Hampton with my goodness, that's like over 100 hearts. Thank you so much for that, Sheikah. She's always, saying hi, and she told everybody to stay warm as well, which is incredibly important today. I went outside walking around just trying to just talking to somebody for a story that I'm working on today, and didn't realize it was so just incredibly cool. And you work in TV and people say, well, you should know what the weather's going to be like. And yeah, we try to keep up with it, but sometimes too I don't really remember from one day to the next. It all kind of blends together, and my memory gets worse as I get older. So, I walked outside and I was like, okay, wow, I should have been wearing a jacket. This is crazy. Britt saying happy Wednesday, everyone. Britt, I hope you're having a great. Oh, I just hit the wrong one. I'm so sorry. That was Sheikah's comment. There we go. Happy Wednesday, everyone, with a smiley face. Hope you're doing well as well, Britt. We got several stories that we want to get to today. We appreciate all of you watching right now on our Facebook live stream. Yeah, yesterday we had an issue where it wasn't logging in on this side, so we were only live streaming on YouTube, but that's all back up and working today. Sorry about that yesterday. I know several of you probably like, what's going on? And apologize that we weren't able to get that working for you yesterday. We also have folks watching on our YouTube channel and on our OTT platform, so there's all kinds of different ways you can watch us today, and we appreciate you doing that. We have this crazy story out of East Mississippi that we told you about yesterday that many of you were probably sharing on social media. Sounded really crazy, but we want to tell you about what we know at this point. We know that 3 monkeys are still on the loose this afternoon. That's something I never thought I would actually say in a news report. This coming after a truck that was hauling the primates crashed yesterday in Jasper County, just north of the town or the city of Heidelberg. And we want to show you, this is some of the video from that, or actually it's a still shot from the Jasper County Sheriff's Office here. The authorities say that the primates were being hauled to a testing facility in Florida after spending time at Tulane University. The Sheriff's Department says several of the monkeys got loose from their crates, and when the truck was actually involved in an accident on Interstate 59, they could then be spotted roaming along the highway. You can see them there in this video. Authorities were initially told the animals could pose a health risk to humans, but Tulane said they were not a threat. At least 5 of the monkeys were dead at last we were told by authorities. 13 still in their cages, 3 on the loose, and 5 of those monkeys, it appears, were destroyed or killed by law enforcement because of that initial information. A statement from Tulane telling us, in part, the primates in question belong to another entity and are not infectious. We are actively collaborating with local authorities and will send a team of animal care experts to assist as needed. We have learned that Tulane has representatives in Jasper County at this point, and we are working to try and get more information. One thing we want to say, too, is that there was some misinformation here. At first, I say misinformation. There was different information coming in from different individuals. When Jasper County Sheriff's Office started telling the public what was going on, the information it was receiving, it later said, was from the driver of the vehicle involved in the accident here. And so the driver had said that these monkeys were infectious and had various diseases, and that you needed to have PPE, personal protective equipment, just to be around them if you were going to be around them, and that they needed to be killed if they left the area of the wreck. And so then Tulane comes out and says, well, no, they're not infectious. And, that's not. So then when the sheriff's department saw that, the sheriff's department came back and said, well, we were told that by the driver. And so there are some differing things going on. A bunch of people were asking the question, if they're driving from New Orleans to Florida, why are they on I-59? North of Heidelberg? And to kind of bring that point home, we're just going to use our good friend Google Maps real quick and just kind of show you on a map what we're talking about. I wasn't planning on doing this today, but hey, listen, why not? I mean, we're here, we're doing it, we're talking about it. This is a story that people have been talking about for a minute now. So Heidelberg, Mississippi, and we'll pull the map up here. Here is, all right, so Heidelberg, town in Jasper County, of course. This is where Heidelberg is, okay? So if you're driving, again, there's Heidelberg. Here's New Orleans. Here's Florida. Okay. You typically would take I-10, right? But this is, and I'm going to eyeball this, so warning, this might not be completely accurate, but it's just a guess. It looks like Heidelberg is at least 100 miles north, maybe, of where they should have been driving from. So that kind of makes you wonder, why was he up there? What was going on? Was there another drop-off point before then? Do we know all the information that we know? Why does the driver appear to have different information than Tulane if he's transporting the primates? To that point, Brit had a question here. I wonder, would the driver be liable since the monkeys belong to another entity? That's a good question, especially if he put out false information that resulted in the monkeys being killed. And that's the thing, we don't know. We have no idea. I hope that we can learn more about it at some point. We need to have more information out there. But I just feel like we're not being told everything at this point. And especially when the sheriff's department is just passing along stuff it was told by the driver, and it differs very much from what Tulane was saying. So I don't know. Letitia Woods telling us, hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well, Letitia, on this hump day. But again, we've got Andrew Christian saying, stop the lies. Well, hey, I mean, we don't know we're still trying to figure out what's accurate here, and we know that something that the driver said was different than what the university said. And we're just trying to get you both pieces of information, because from our end, we can't objectively say which thing is true. We're just putting out what the different entities are saying at this point. We do have a reporter who's in Heidelberg and is working to get more information. And so, we're going to try to have that for you in our early evening newscast. So, this story is not going away, and we are not abandoning it, because we want to be able to find out more information. And when something doesn't quite smell right, we want to make sure and dig deeper and see what's going on out there. We have some more news to tell you about closer to home in Gluckstadt. You probably saw something about this last night. But a man now behind bars accused of pointing a gun at a father and his two young children. Now, this incident happened Monday in the town of Gluckstadt, and this involved a man who has been. Um, I mean, this whole story is just a little unusual. The chief saying the same thing, but we have a picture of the individual, and we're going to pull that up for you. But this man was arrested for pointing a gun at a father and his two children. Or Quentin Smith doing the story yesterday, and getting some more information on that. But we want to show you the man's picture in question. This is his mugshot, and I'll just pull it up this way because it's a little bit easier, a little bit more detailed. But this man, Charles Edward Burridge, is the suspect police have arrested, and at this point, he is now facing 3 counts of simple assault. Well, here's what he's accused of doing. We're going to show you surveillance video from around 7 o'clock Monday night. Now, this is outside the Soulshine Pizza Factory. The suspect in question was in the truck. You can see these two men got into an argument. You can see the man there in the white cap talking to him. The man felt Burridge almost hit one of the kids as he was backing out. And now I want you to notice what the guy is doing. You're going to see a light come from his vehicle right about here. You see that light right there? He took out his gun and pointed at the man and his two children. That light is emanating from the gun, pointing toward them. And you can see the wife there carrying a child. She's having some words with him as well. Then, of course, Burridge drives away. Chief Barry Hale of the Gluckstadt Police Department says for him, this incident hit very close to home.
When I first heard about it, of course, I was at home. It made me mad. I take this personal because I have a small child. So it could be any of us. It could be my wife and my daughter. So I take this personal. So, at that point in time, like I said, my guys got to work. They didn't stop. They were hard at it until we were able to identify who he was and all that. And, they got out and they did their job, and I'm proud of them. And they got him in custody within 3 or 4 hours of when it happened.
Now, again, officers with the Gluckstadt Police Department ended up tracking him down. Burridge was taken into custody near Highway 51. That's roughly 8 miles from where the incident happened. No one was injured in this incident, so that's good news at least. And again, police are investigating that. A woman in Jackson who lost her SNAP benefits this month now faces the possibility of losing her benefits next month. We interviewed our Courtney Ann Jackson talked to a woman named Jolie Hatfield. She's got 6 children. She says her SNAP benefits for October were stolen. Only $2 left on her card. More than $1,100 was taken. She just got a new job after being a full-time student, and she hasn't gotten paid yet. Now she and her kids are facing the possibility of losing their SNAP benefits again next month because of the government shutdown.
These kids are suffering. My babies are suffering. They don't understand that. So watch your kids not have what they need or want to eat is a really, really helpless feeling. It'll make you want to do things that you're not supposed to be doing.
Now, Hatfield has been to a food bank, but says she can't go back because she has a flat tire and not enough money for gas. She feels caught in a cycle of poverty and is trying desperately to break it. Hurricane Melissa has made landfall in Cuba now as a Category 3 storm. It's already being called the storm of the century after slamming into Jamaica as a Category 5 yesterday. It is one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes ever. It hit Jamaica with 185-mile-an-hour winds. Hundreds of thousands of people on the island were left without electricity. Now, as the eye crossed Jamaica, the hurricane gained strength over open water as it moved toward Cuba, where more than 735,000 people were evacuated. They are still feeling the storm's effects as we speak today. We want to leave you on a story on a good note. We try to make sure that we can do this when available. But here in the capital city, crews have actually repaired the first of several water leaks at the Jackson Zoo. I know we've told you a little bit about this in the past. The city says that fix that cost less than $7,400 will result in about $1 million a year in savings. A 2-inch water line was broken at the point where it connects to a 6-inch line that caused a major leak there. Again, city officials saying it costs less than $7,500 to fix. The broken pipe supplied water to fill the moat around the chimpanzee exhibit. Crews will now move on to several other leaks, including ones in the parking lot and in the rhinoceros exhibit. Again, pretty good return on your investment, spending about $7,400 to fix a leak that could cost you $1 million a year. That is all the time that we have for today. We appreciate all of you watching right now on our Facebook live stream and also on YouTube. If you had tried to watch us on the OTT platform, for whatever reason, it stopped streaming there, but it's back up now. Again, you can watch the full webcast if you feel like you might have missed something on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. And we appreciate you so much. My name is CJ Lemaster. I'm the Chief Investigative Reporter here for WLBT. I'm also your host for the WLBT Plus Digital News Desk update. We have our First Alert Weather Team that's going to be in here at 2:30 to give you an update on how much longer you can expect these cooler temperatures and when we might see rain again. We also have our early evening newscast starting at 4 o'clock. For everyone here at WLBT, thank you so much for watching today. We are going to leave you with a word from our sponsor, Jackson Water.
From Jackson Water, is it okay to pour fats, oils, and greases down the drain if I run hot water?
No!
What if I run the garbage disposal?
No!
How about if I use dish soap at the same time?
No!
Instead, hang on to a few containers to store and toss old cooking fat and grease once you're done. Jackson Water. Water for all the time.